Hello, 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 everyone, and good morning to you all. My name is Ava, and this is Stitching in the Interlake, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Yes, indeedy. What was I going to say? Today is the 28th of March, 2024. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here. It's supposed to get up to +1. And then next week, the temperature's finally getting up there. We should see some mega melting. And eventually, over the next few weeks, we should start to see that the buds are coming out and on the trees. And yes, major melting out there. It can go. All the ice can go. Everything. Yes, yes, yes. All righty. Now, first of all, I want to show you how I had done here on Fantasy Teacup. I didn't really work on it too much yesterday, except in the morning. And then once I was done this, I had plugged Susie in, her block heater. And then I had gone uptown. And I went to the credit union, and I went to the pharmacy, and then I went to the post office, and then I stopped off at a lady's place, and then I came back around and stopped in at the co-op hardware store, put in my application for a fuel card. And funny thing was is that I don't buy a lot of gas. So at first on it, like I put, well, how much do I need? How many dollars worth, right? So at first I put $150 because I don't use a lot, right? And then I thought, well, no, maybe it'll be that at times I might have to use more. So then I put in 250. So when I went over to the co-op and Tori was looking at it, she said, "Oh, just to let you know, the minimum is $500." So I could have just put 500. But I thought, I just don't want to, get too much. But the thing is, if I go over to the SO, I'm paying more money for it, and the price of gas is going to go skyrocketing on Monday. It's just gonna, I just dread seeing what it is. Anyway, so then yesterday afternoon, I after I came back from uptown, I came home and I had quickly had some lunch, and then I sat down and I was going to work here on my Lady Rose. Well, I didn't get a whole heck of a lot done, as you can see, because Juliet stopped in. And when Juliet stopped in, she has been working on this one piece here since last August. And she knew, like, it was a custom piece, but she was going to leave the background off. So she just filled in what the design, what it was. And so then when she washed it, she was doing what she was supposed to do and following all the symbols. And believe me, I've been working at this. And this is where I'm at right now. So right now I'm working here on this ear to take this ear down. But I'm also going to have her that she's going to take this ear out a little bit so that these two ears will match. Also here at the top, this is not. So I'm going to have to draw a line here so that she can fill this part in to make it look better. See? Like this is just, it's not quite right. So this is what I'm working on. And if you're wondering who this is a contract piece from the pharmacist at the pharmacy, Mina. This was his dad. And his dad passed away. He had been here a week from Egypt, and he all of a sudden passed away. And what I'm thinking it was a blood clot, because he spent so many hours in the plane that I think it just, the clot dislodged and straight to his heart and gone like that. So may God rest his soul. So anyway, I did pick up at the post office. I did have an order, a small order come in. And I'm going to show you this. I am going to show you over on the Facebook group, and I'd like your opinion. Okay. That about what thread to use. Okay. So I had done, just a second here. Let me see. I found it. Oh, let me not fall. Okay. This is what I thought I was ordering. Okay. This is 4522. Okay. And this is an Arrow brand, which is just as good as DMC. I'll tell you that right now. It is just as good as DMC. Okay, so this is a DMC colorless. This is just as good. It matches up perfectly. There is nothing wrong with these threads. Okay. So, like I said, I thought I was going to get 3 of these. Well, what came in were, this is called indigo. Okay. And this is what I got, dark red. And so this is the dark red. Okay. So I'm going to post a picture of the design. And post 3 different colored threads. Okay. One is this one. One is this one that I just got. And then there is this one that I got in a pack. Okay. And this one here is 4515. Now, when you go to order on Temu, where I got them from, you can get a 10-pack Canadian for $3.48. Okay. If you go to, and here it is that it is Michael's, that for one colorist, you're paying, I think it's It's either $1.79 or $1.89. Okay, for one. These are 10 packs for $3.48. So this gives you much more of value. So I ended up getting 3 packages of this. And I do like it. It's not that I don't like it. Okay. So you can see. And this is called dark red. But I had really, at the beginning, I had wanted this one. But then I liked this one. The only thing is I can't get this in a 10 pack. So to get these in a colorless, I'm paying $1.79 for. So I can use this one. Okay. Because I need 25 skeins, I think, for the design. So I have enough with these dark red. So I'm just curious as to what you think I should do. I mean, I could go for something like this, but this is a DMC again. So, and I went and looked through all my, see that one's a nice color too, and it is 4145. But I can't get them in a 10 pack. If you do go to order these, you better be quick on it, because if it is something that you want, you make sure that you get enough of what you want, 1 or 2 packages or 3 packages, whatever it is, because you will go back and they'll be gone. They'll just be gone like that. So just a heads up, okay? And I can honestly say that there is nothing wrong with these arrow threads. Okay, CAIRO. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. I have no problem with using them. The other thing I got, somebody had requested that what I thought of the Timu linen for stitching on. Now, I looked at this. I could not find a size for it, so I have to really look. I got to really, I got to measure it. But to me, it's almost like it would be a 40 count, I would say. So you don't do over 1 unless you're sadistic. But over 2 is doable, which would make this a 20 count. Okay. So it is still quite small, if it is that it's 40. So this is the blue. And as you can see here, the weave is very small. And it's, I would say it's not, yeah, when you kind of look at it, it's almost like an even weave. But, so it came in the yellow, or I mean, the blue. And this came as a 4-pack. Came in the yellow or beige, whatever. Okay. And these markings that are in there are just, I those are just thread, like they're just part of the raw linen. Then I had this one, which is a white or a cream color. And here at times you can see the slubs. I don't know if you can see them. You see how it's here? But the slubs aren't big. Well, you might have an occasional big one here, you know. But, and these are 50 by 50 centimeter pieces. And then finally there's the pink one. So I think this is good quality. I think this is a good size. This yellow one here seems to be a little bit more, the weave seems to be a little bit looser. It will be a challenge. So if you're not familiar with working on linen, and by no means am I an expert on working on linen, I'm not. I would like to try small designs on it, just small ones, just to see how it goes. Now on this, I would use well, of course you have to use a small needle, and I would be more inclined to use a sewing thread for this. Unless, of course, you use a single thread, just one single, and just use one, like here, just use a single, and work over two. So I'll give you the price of that in a minute. The other thing I got, because I needed the $25, right? And I was just shy of it. I picked up some of these beads here, these big beads that are for bumblebees and such. And I thought that I would use these here for, see, and you've got black, and you know, you can do any combination that you want. Oops, right there. You can do any combination that you want. So I will tell you here, just a minute. I think that these beads here were only $6 and something. And I will tell you. Okay, wait a minute. Orders, okay. I'm just gonna see here. Well, all right. Okay, these actually have gone down to $4.78 for a package, and there's 60 in there. Okay. And the threads have gone down to, they are still at $3.48. This is Canadian prices. Okay. And the fabric for all 4 pieces was $10.99 Canadian. So, yeah, I see nothing wrong with this. I see absolutely nothing wrong with this. I'm very happy with it. Yeah. I mean, there are some things on Timu that are just, right? But you got to pick and choose, right? The threads are definitely worth it. They are absolutely 100% worth it. So, and I've stitched using all various kinds of arrow threads. So I find them really, really good. So it's, yeah. So that was it that I had received in the mail. And, so I was quite pleased with that. But I know, like, somebody had asked me about linen, and I can't see how you can go wrong. Like, 10.99, that's Canadian, okay? For all 4 pieces of this. They come as a package. I know there are some packages that have, I don't know, 6 or 7 different colors, but they're smaller or they're bigger or whatever. But I would definitely think these are okay. I have to count it because I don't know. And I'm not very good at counting like that kind of thing. I wish they would have had the size on there. But I'm kind of inclined to think it's like a 40. I hope it's not any smaller than that. But should I work on that one, which I'd like to try and work on it, um, then I would like to see how it goes. Now, I'm not one for small counts. I'm not. And linen, I have worked on like I don't know, it was 14 count, 16 count linen. I have worked on linen before, but it was definitely a larger size. So, but for the money, yeah. If you're an avid um, linen stitcher, I think it's good. Now, I don't know. This is probably more for doing embroidery on. Okay. That's what I think. Okay. Um, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and just see what I can get, right? There's no harm in trying. And if it is something that I just absolutely cannot, then that's okay. That's okay. But I would definitely just work smaller designs on it. I would not work, I wouldn't do a big one. No, unless you're really familiar with it. Absolutely. Like if you're very comfortable with working on linen, I think it would be a good, it's a good investment. So, but I definitely think that the value is really there. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So what am I doing Jay. Well, I'm going to work here a little bit on um, Juliet's piece to try and fix it up some and see what I can do. Like she's going to do the stitching. I'm just I'm just taking it out. And I said that itchy ear. Um, I said no, I'm not stitching it. I will try and take it down. She said she was so disappointed when she washed it and she's seen it. But see, that is the hard part. Had it been that she would have stitched the background, you wouldn't have noticed. The ear, I would have, yeah. And the other thing was the one eye here. I think I'm gonna have to. You see how this eye is bigger? I think this one's gonna have to be taken. Like I would take out some stitches here so as to bring this eye out, you know. I would do that. And you know, things are easily fixable. And that. But you can see, like, this ear was way out to here. So I've been taking it down row by row to see. I've got to kind of bring it in here a little bit. So all this here has to come out. So yeah, just to balance itself out. Probably take out a little bit right here again, right down to here. And then, of course, because this was so tiny, all of a sudden when she washed it, all the stitches that she missed all came out. So she's going to have to do that. Yeah. So I know she was quite upset with it. So, but I said, not to worry. Ava's here to the rescue. You can do, you can alter anything, right? So if it doesn't look quite right, you can change it, right? If the color is off or whatever, you can change it. Now, I probably would have been, as I was stitching, I would have seen. But Juliet was just, she was just focused on stitching it, and that's it. So yeah, so I washed the dishes yesterday and took a shower yesterday and that. So today in the Catholic tradition is called Holy Thursday. Yeah, and I believe it was on Holy Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong. That Jesus had the Last Supper. I'm sure that's when it was. It was on Holy Thursday. So please remember that on Sunday there is no live. Okay. Next week I'll get back to it. And yeah. And we'll get back on our regular schedule then. So, but if you're just new here, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And the way that you see me is the way that I am. I don't, I'm just the way that I am. So, take it or leave it. Yeah. So, and there's the dedicated Facebook group, Stitching in the Interlake. And all you need to get in there is give me the name of one of my two sidekicks. Yes, and I name them every single video. And I will be, yep, you know them. You know them. And then there's the dedicated email address, which is stitchingintheinterlake@gmail.com. Very easy to remember. Absolutely. So, all right, everybody, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to perhaps work a little bit here on Juliet's project and try and fix it a little bit. And but I'd like to get in and work on my Lady Rose. Yes, absolutely. So may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you, and so do I. And so does Miss Twinkle Toes herself, Miss Lily Bell, and Jonah, who's up in the cat condo, and everybody's sleeping. Yes, which is always nice. Always nice. So go and take a look over there on the Facebook group. Like, I won't have it posted right away. I'll try and get it done here pretty soon. And so I'm basically looking at, I might do this one. Might do this one too. And I'll do a poll to see which colors that you want. This is 4515. This is the 4522. I think somebody else was going to do it in 4522. So I really didn't want to use that because I want her to use her colors. Then there is this one, 4518. This is the dark red, the one that I just got. And it does have a little bit of green in there, but because I didn't want it to look too Christmassy. And then there is this one, 4504. Okay. So I will put a poll up and see what you guys think. That doesn't mean I'm going to stick to it. It just means that I'll see what you guys think, where your eye goes for, and what you think. Just, but just know I have a lot of this red one. I was kind of looking at a green. There was this color too, but I don't have much of that color. And I think this is too light. See, this here was another colorist, but this is more Easter, what I would think. So it's just a matter of just kind of see. Did I show this one? Had this color here too, but I don't want to go too light. So thank you, Jesus, for being my Lord and Savior. Thank you for saving me from my sins. Thank you for being there in my darkest and deepest moments. Thank you for loving me like you do. Thank you for caring enough for me that you would die on the cross for me so that my sins would be forgiven. And that's a prayer I pray for all of you as well. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a great day. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified when I post videos. And yes, I do have a glare on my glasses. What can I say? All right. Have a wonderful day. Happy stitching. And toodaloodles, everybody.